Hey folks, Phil Gallagher of ThrabenU here for another monster training run. Just as a heads up, at the end of this week, I'm going to be evaluating the series, looking at some of the numbers and seeing how it's doing. If you're enjoying this series, please take the time to like and comment this week. I don't usually ask for that sort of thing, but I really want to get a feel for how people are engaging with this content and feeling about it, and seeing if it's worth continuing doing, or if I should just stream this from time to time. Try to get a feel for that this week. Alright. Random. We have 2 losses in a row, but I think both of those losses have gone relatively well. As weird as that is to say. Alright, this is the easiest Seraph in my opinion. I'm not super scared of, my spells getting devoured. That's not that big of a deal. I'm going to be very good at killing units between torches and vine grasps. Rooted is kind of good. Especially with, Slay, if I get that. And the Rage 6 is overcosted, in my opinion, and not particularly great. I liked this a lot when I first started, and now I'm, less and less fond of it every time that I play with the Hellhorn. Well, I will enjoy my win. Volatile Gauge is one of the most powerful relics, especially when you're Hellhorned, because there are very powerful units that you can get for free. So we're going to very aggressively want to get unit picks that are Hellhorn specifically. Oh, we're Sentient primary. I really wanted to be Hellhorn primary here. Okay. That makes this a little weirder. That's okay. So, the first fight or two is probably going to be a little bit weird. And then we're good afterwards. So, we have torches plus vine grasps to kill things. Spikes to kill things. We need the spikes to kill the boss. We probably set up Sentient at a higher floor. I need unit traps, though. That's super important. Okay, this is actually what we wanted. We wanted the smallest possible bottom floor. So we're going to set this up on the top floor, and then this kills one. This is a weird time where, the Volatile Gauge is, obviously worse for us than normal. This kills one. Rain Steward currently doesn't kill any. I think I'm just going to set you up on the top floor. Makes it harder to get a collector this turn if it spawns middle floor. Yeah. Okay. Got it. So now we can Ritual of Battle on you, that you actually attack for a decent amount. And the Train Stewards literally do nothing right now. So we'll start getting some regen here. I'm only taking 9. That's not so bad. You can also root one of these to separate it from the pack and make its rage decrease. That's probably pretty good. And then I can just kill 2 of these. I have regen. I have regen, so it's okay to lose some health here. Alright, multiple free regens is a nice start to the turn. And then I just need to kill as many of these as possible at this point. So, the question is, should it be the ones in front of the boss, or should it be these ones that are taking my health right now? The ones that are in front of the boss, I get another turn to try and kill. Do this. Free Rage of Battle. That's quite strong. Awkwardly, I can't kill both of these in this turn cycle, so that means my champion is taking 7 next turn. 7 additional damage, I should say. So, one of these is getting the axe. I will play Train Steward and just let it die, so that I don't redraw. Oh no, I'm not going to make it through my draw pile again. So the question is, what gets Ritual Battle? Probably you. Okay, and everyone is dead. Off to a good start here. So, as far as this run goes, cost doesn't matter, so we just look at what the cards do. And so, like, picking up cards that are, like, good because they are cheap is no longer profitable for us. And picking up cards that are powerful instead is great. Like, I was just ripping on this card for being overcosted, but, like, if it's always going to be either equal to or less than its normal cost, this is totally fine. The only question is, like, is a vent better to have access to a sweeping spell? I already have 2 Rage 6s. I guess they get better in multiples. Kind of a weird pick. These are not the units that I'm looking for. I either want, like, big Awoken units to tank or oversized Hellhorn units. I'm hoping the Hellhorn is next to the Merchant of Steel. It is. I'm gonna take the Branded Warrior, I think. Like, as of right now, I want something that can sit behind the Sentient and do large chunks of damage, and Branded Warrior is the best at that. It's a little fragile for my liking in the long term, but that is what it is. Alright, so we have Heartstone and Strengthstone available. In a very convenient amount of gold, right? So we have exactly enough to buy Strengthstone, Heartstone, the 2 other upgrades here, and reroll the shop. Demon Fiend, where are you? This was your time. Alright, so we will make 1 unit fat. We'll make 1 unit hit like hell. We'll reroll the shop. Make that fatter. And then the spikes is kind of a whiff. It's a shame we can't large stone, but, like, spikes on this is not profitable. How much life does it have? 5. I don't know if I'm supposed to take this one. Like, they're starting with spikes 3, and then this is also giving spikes. Oh, I also have a sweet boss. That's gross. So, like, my Branded Warrior is not going to be great in this fight for a number of different reasons. So we're relying largely on Steelworker to get us through this entire fight. Like, the idea is put Rage on Steelworker and let Steelworker's Solve make up for the fact that it's taking hits. I think I can do this trial. Do I need the money for an next floor? Next floor there is a hell vent, and none of my cards are good enough to copy. Like, we don't need a 4th rage card. That's a little bit ridiculous. So we're going to a Merchant of Magic and getting an Awoken unit. And to incentivize us to go this way. I'm gonna take the trial. And hope that Volatile Gauge is good enough to get me through it. Or it's very strong. I have a great opening hand. So this means that these units are just dying without me having to do anything about them. So now I can set up another floor. My middle floor is small, which is actually probably good. So we'll Steelworker, and we'll put this behind it. I think. It's possible that we just put this on floor 2 with a Train Steward in front, and we end up putting a Train Steward behind this, because, like, Train Steward is actually going to live through more sweep than ThrabenU Warrior is. Which is kind of weird, but I don't have anything that adds armor, and my restore is not actually going to be great at saving this. I also could just, like, straight up play it on this floor. No, I don't want to give rage to my champion. That's actively a downside. Just do this. It makes me more likely to get a collector in the next turn cycle. I can torch and get the collector. Or I can play a lot of rage and get a collector. I'd probably torch. Like, I torch this, get the kill, and then I do 2 rage stacks on the top floor while also playing a Train Steward out. Spikes 3, so 1 regen will let you get in another hit. Torch that to kill it. Torch you, and I guess you get some bonus rage. Now, this last regen stack probably goes to you. Lets the boss take another thorn hit. So, you don't super matter to me. 12, 18, 4. You don't attack. So, now I spend my energy. So the easy one is that this happens. And then there's just a question of math. I take 7 on the first turn cycle, going to 17. So 1 regen is worth 10 more damage on this floor. But how much is it worth on the next floor? I need to get to 8 life on this in order to get 1 hit for 34 in. And that 1 hit kills this unit, which has spikes, which is kind of a big deal. So, can I get to 7 life with 2 of these? I get to restore 2, puts me to 6. Yes. Oh shit, it has 5 max health. No one tell anyone I did that. That was 4. So now, because this says sweep, I essentially just blew a turn. Cool. Yeah. Alright. This is 30 health, it gets killed in one of these. I think I'm still okay. Yeah, I'm still more than good. haven't even taken fire damage yet. This relic is so good. Heal spell for my sentient is probably appreciated. It only has 30 life right now, so it's not that tanky. I think, like, keeping my champion more alive is more important than gaining additional killing. This is less good at a randomized cost, but it's still such a great utility card that I'd probably take this here. It also lets me potentially overstack some floors later on in the run. Alright, I am very sure that we are going left. None of our cards are worth duplicating. Take a look at this. Double stack on one of these rage stuff is pretty sick. Okay, let's look at what unit I get access to. Thorned Hollow is very good. I think that is a very insane unit to stack Rejuvenate on top of. We just took Restoration Detonation, right? Yeah. Like, this is a boss killer unit. Like, you rejuvenate it a bunch, and it does a ton of work. Picking this makes me a little torn, though. Like, whenever I get free or cheap rejuvenate, right now I'm wanting to put it on my sentient, and that will be at odds with putting it on Thorned Hollow. I'm also not getting to upgrade Thorned Hollow this floor. I am 100% going left next floor. Weird. I've passed on multiple vents, so I'm not really good at killing units. Like, killing lots of units without them hitting me first. This is the better unit in a vacuum, but I think I'm going to take here. I think this is worth spending gold on. Like, Rage 12 is a huge upgrade. And Volatile Gauge does respect cards that decrease costs. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm not going to spend the last of my gold, though. Saving some so I can reroll the next floor is good. Alright, not that. Melting Umbra Stygian. They're units. Umbra has Shadow Siege. That's, I believe, what I'm trying to hit here. Like, that's the dream. So, Umbra, rare, unit. Yeah. So we have a 50% chance of hitting Shadow Siege. Oh, I thought it said unit draft pick. Oops. Blazing Bolts is a pretty sick pickup when costs are randomized. Trample's okay. Furnace Tap, similarly okay. I'm gonna take something that gets very strong after we play it. We have Double Barrel to worry about, which can do serious work on my champion. I think this is another run, or sorry, another fight where I'm kind of reliant on my unit bandit's armor. Ooh, what a opening draw. Am I willing to play this out and have these take 20? That doesn't seem great to me. Foot floor small, top floor small. Weird turn. I think it looks something like this. Where we've moved this out of the way so it doesn't deal 20 to our champion. We now have a giant unit that gets to start whacking the boss immediately, and we'll get another turn to maybe draw some cheap spells that can kill this. Okay, so this happens, and this happens, so that I get a much better setup. And now I have a Ritual of Battle and a Blazing Bolts to think about. I think I want to protect health of the units on this floor. So I think we do that, we'll get a stronger Blazing Bolts. And the question is, like, where is this rage going? Is it, like, going to continue to stack up here, or do I just put it on this unit so that it scales better and maybe gets a chance at killing things like Forged Disciples? I think I like that. So the next go through of the deck, I really am going to need Restoration Detonation here, I think. So easy play is kill that. Then I don't end up actually taking any damage on this. Rage? Rage? I can hang out there and probably never do anything relevant. What is your actual life at versus what is yours at? Pretty close for which one of these things we actually want to be playing cards on. So Hidden Passage can just be a kill spell for this card. And then I end up having a pretty good turn. I just lose the Train Steward that I don't actually care about. Now the question is, do I want to save 5 damage on this floor? Or do I want to scale harder? I think I want to save the life. Now I can do 2 healing spells. I think it's going to be worth the most on this floor. Like, this guy's already getting, like, 5 effective health back after each play. I'm actually healing here already. But I can do even better. So I can torch this, hit that thing twice, and now we have the highest upgraded version of Blazing Bolts for the future. So it's 30 damage to a random enemy unit 4 times. Obviously absurd. I get to play 1 rage card. You have how much rage? You have 18 rage, you have 9 rage. Boss is coming soon. I think I'm just going to play it here. Okay. So the first run through gets you. This is an absurd amount of rage. I should probably play this card this turn. Now does, like, I can think about whether 1 regen changes anything. I think I'm close enough to winning this fight that I'm not actually going to think about it. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Like, I just think that this hits a couple of times and they're, like, very easy. The amount of raids that we're stacking up is pretty silly. Volatile Gauge just, like, completely changes the way the game is played. Speaking of, Volatile Gauge plus 1 Horn's Tome a great way to get huge amounts of endgame scaling. Now I'm being offered a Thorn Hollow in a position where I feel safer taking it. It solves the problem of what do I do with my last floor as well. Yeah. I have 2 units that need upgrades already, and I take a 3rd here. So I'm going left, I'm removing 2 train stewards, I'm getting a look at yet another unit, and then going to a Merchant of Steel. I think I just pass on this, and I hope to hit either a duplication event at some point in the future, or actually get a draft pick with something like a Demon Fiend. Volatile Gauge solves our card draw problem. Taking more Ember here is going to make us much better at playing out more of the cards that we draw and reducing variance-based issues. Alright, so we have okay upgrades. Thank you. Alright, so... the 25 health is unquestionably going on the Demon Fiend from this first set. Now the question is, which one of these gets the +5? I theoretically want this to have a +10. But a +5 is good. I think I'm going to give this to you, though, because of sweep units, specifically. You living through a couple of sweep units. Very potentially relevant. Oh no. That was bad. So now I'm going to have 40 gold after I reroll this, so I only need to buy one of these 2. Do I have a duplication event on floor 5? No. Or 6. I think I need to power you up, and then we'll get the Demon Fiend gas a little bit later on. Like, it's obviously still great as is. How much damage do I need to deal on 1/4? 35. Yeah, we're good. Alright, what's the opener look like? Bottom floor is small. This whacks and kills one of these, otherwise this is 30 total damage, but more with Ritual of Battle. So this is a back unit, this is a front unit, this is a front unit, this is whatever, it can go in either position. I have I have 2 back units remaining, so I don't want to set both of these up on the same floor. I think I let... my sweep unit is going to suck this battle if I play Demon Fiend on 1. 20, 30... This is enough to get a kill if I put both of these on the same floor, but that's incredibly awkward. I think sets me up poorly for another portion of the fight. I think this is going to go here, this is going to go here, this is going to go here, and... the Ritual of Battle is now awkward. Like, the Demon Fiend is murdering anything anyway. I guess 2032, this makes it so that this can almost get a kill. Alright, and since these things are just healing when they go up a floor, I don't need to play these torches, despite the fact that I can. Okay. Cool. This means my sweep unit can get a kill. So we're doing that. We're doing this. Our units are now set up. Yeah. So this doesn't like change the clock or anything. I can just root you and clobber you next turn, but I kind of want to get a kill on you with the floor above. Yeah, so I think I'll let you go. I can just like keep you here. Like what am I can just play this on something that dies. Multi-strike where? Also, is this the point where I just give up floor 1 and just like ascend and give this with multi-strike in the back? Is that fine? Probably fine to good. It's awkward that I don't play the Blazing Bolts this turn because it's so good. Otherwise, like, Blazing Bolts probably wipes out this floor. This is so strong. Yeah, so now I just stack all of the rage. Oh. 43 means you're getting the kill on 2 of these 3 things, but like for boss purposes, I really want the rage on this. Thank you for your service, Train Steward. Guess I can hit some armor here and keep some regen going here. 52 life. Yeah, you haven't been slaying things. You haven't been getting rage. You're actually kind of impressive. I was thinking about like feeding some rage to that top floor, but don't really know if that's happening. Blazing bolts. So good. I'd rather just take the heal up here and like do a little bit of damage on the bottom floor. So I really shouldn't have played these train stewards out in some ways because like I get self-mutilations added into my deck for what I've done. Yeah. Maybe I could have torched and killed my own train stewards last turn. I didn't look at that math. Alright. My fire takes 5 damage. Okay. You got me. Spells get an extra upgrade slot. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't think we've put a single upgrade on our spells yet. Is that true? Like, I would love to upgrade Blazing Bolts. No, I could get one more upgrade on Ritual of Battle. Let's plot out and see whether or not we're actually doing this. So I need to go to a Merchant of Steel at some point to put another upgrade on the Demon Fiend. And on floor 7, I probably duplicate Demon Fiend, and then like try to use Ascend to overstack my floors. So I see myself going right, right, left, right. So on the final floor, I could blow a bunch of money at Immersion of Magic and like maybe make use of it there. I think I'm just gonna take the gold. This is a nuke on the floor with my champion. This lets me overstack floors or tactically move units around. What do I need? Blazing Bolts is a great nuke. I'll take the Restoring Breed. Bramble Lash is maybe better though. Like it clears a big problematic unit. Both of these things do different things well. This one is just slightly more situational. I can only play it on one floor. Situational cards are fine when you draw 8 cards a turn rather than 5 cards a turn, though. I'm gonna take that one. Ascend is a common, so like maybe I'll find one. And it's not actually called Ascend. What is that card called? Because I always call it the wrong thing. Always call it Ascend. Hidden Passage. Hidden Passage is the card. Sorry about that. Like 50-50 whether or not I remember to mute my phone before I start recording. Alright, let's look at these artifacts before I open my chest. Oh, Iron Drop Cage is disgustingly good. Precious Plating is also okay. Backstrip helps us to kill small units, but a lot of the small units are going to start having 3 to 5 health now. And I'm killing a lot of small units with either Spike or Sweep anyway. I think I'm going to take the better turn 1 setup and just be able to play my hand like 100% on turn 1. This was like 1 circle earlier. I think I take Jackstrips over it though. This also makes X spells better for the future. So, taking Iron Drop Cage means that Hidden Passage becomes absurd instead of just good. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. And I would love to pick up another. Or like it having holdover would even be pretty sick. I think I can take Spikes. Like Blazing Bolts plus my own Spikes make it so that I'm not actually all that bad against that. 2 of my units aren't great against it, but we upgraded this with health so that it can at least take some hits, and the random artifact seems pretty good. The only pyre damage we've taken this run also is just from like a card of boss put in our deck. Yeah, so here we see the power of the bonus turn 1 Ember from Improved Firebox. We also see some awkwardness in that, like, the Sentient is about to kill all of these with spikes and take 30 damage, I think. Or somewhere thereabouts. So I can't just sweep them away this turn. So it looks like floor 2 is Demon Fiend plus Branded Warrior as of right now. I think this is happening, this is happening. Means you're not getting that many kills this fight, and you're not going to scale well. Alright, that is what it is. Also, like, really awkward to play this up here. Do I poop you to the next floor? I don't think so, because I really want you to take a whole bunch of stealth hits. Slightly awkward turn, because this is 3 energy, and I really need to get it down. So I think this is going here, this is going here. We probably ascend a unit up, like ascend you up, and as long as we're dealing 105, and we're not quite dealing enough damage yet for me to like super profitably ascend you up. I'm gonna ascend the collector. No, without 2 ascends, that doesn't make sense. But I should definitely ascend something. Probably you. Alright, Blazing Bolts on the bottom floor is really strong. Just, like, clear out that floor, save my champion's life. And then what is getting the double strike here? Probably you? Close-ish between you two, but like I'm treating you like my tank, so I'd rather put more rage on you so you'll have more chances to hit harder with rage. But that is like really dependent on whether or not I actually get to like, deal with all the spike units before you come around. That's the plan. I think I am executing. So I think in respect of spikes, we do that. Well, this is a good heal turn. Puts you at 44. I don't remember the name of this boss. I don't know how to look up what it hits for. This floor 5, circle 5. I think it's Crystal Cloak. It's in stacks of 13 with stealth 8. I get like 4 stats as of right now. Yeah. Awkward draw. So this happens, this happens. I may honestly end up ascending you up to the next floor. I need to do something about these units. Like, I can just move you up to the next floor and let these first 2 floors essentially just work out health numbers. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So now, I guess I just torch one of these, and does a restore here matter? Okay, take 23 in the first turn cycle. puts me to 21. Take 13 in the next cycle, so that does not matter. Okay, hold on. Or no, or does that matter exactly? Alright, so 44 minus 23 puts me at 21 minus 13. 21 minus 13. I cannot type. 21 minus 13. That puts me at 8. So then this puts me at 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that does not matter, so let's just take that here. And then we don't hidden passage. We just let this get rid of all of its stealth. Stack up the Ritual of Battle here. I'm not going to do the math. I think the fight's over. Yeah, with those stacks gone, like, you're very, very, very dead. Okay, good stuff. Don't gain anything by playing any of these. One, two, three, 4, 5 units. So my sentient needs to be in front in order to do its things, and like Shattered Shell very much can't be in the front. Oh no. I don't think I can take this. I think there is a great risk factor associated with taking that. Possible I should have taken that armor card there, but I passed on that once before already. Okay, was this the floor where I was upgrading with Merchant of Steel and then I was looking at duplication on the following floor? It is. Large stone? This is so good as a duplication target then. It might make the next fight a touch awkward. I have nothing to put this on other than a train steward. It's time, friends. You had a good run. Damn, I don't quite get to remove both of you. Alright, this is a great floor for sweep. We have, like, just about exactly enough to do this the right way. So, what is going in front of you? Is it Steelworker or is it Shattered Shell? Spell empowers unit. So, like, for sure this happens. You're both 2 size. What do I want empowered with rage? Slash, like, I don't know. You effectively have more health maybe that means we go on the bottom floor here. So the Demon Fiend is currently 4 size. That means it's taking my middle floor. Means you and you are going here, and now I get to Blazing Bolt something, draw a card to just knock out one of these statues. That probably needs to be this. For a quick check. 30, 60. Oh, yeah, I don't want to play this on this floor. No one is damaged for this, so I just play like Rooted for an additional extra card. Ah, right, statue does things now. Oh, cool. Overfill, top floor. Good. I have no other units. Just like tank this thing behind multiple units, get this to maybe slay some statues, get some rage on the big guy, get big guy multi-strike. Bob's your uncle. So do I want a slay trigger more than I want to save 9 health on it? I would like to save the health. I mean, 200 damage to the boss, literally for free, is great. Multi-strike on the big guy, also pretty great. Multi-strike here is also totally respectable so that I just like sweep more units, but this is where I'm making the stand against Fel, and it also represents more than 65 immediate damage because this is probably happening. And now I'm good with the sweep happening. You have technically lost life. That gives you armor. I don't have any lost life though. Like, the armor's not super relevant. I'll take care of you on a later floor. This represents 36 additional damage, which doesn't quite get me to a kill on these units. Yeah, I mean, the stand is up here. So this is a turn where I can just use Hidden Passage to, like, move something up, daze it, and murder it. Restoration Detonation. Keeping this thing's health high seems good. Blazing Bolts looks to be a floor 2 thing. It's awkward with this statue here, though, which could absorb a lot of damage. Unless I torch for free. Then... man, I really thought I was going to wipe a bunch of stuff out there. Bam. Bam. All kind of whatever. this is a time where I just, like, again, just use that as a kill spell. Iron Drop Cage, just doing disgusting things here. Draw 1 card next turn. Way better than 3 damage. Better than 2. No, I can't get 2 health. Yeah. Oh, cool. We actually might get to, like, do some things this turn. We drew 2 good cards in sort of bad position, but whatever. I think this amount of rage is silly. Yeah, just very easily. Just, like, looking at the numbers. At the end of this fight, we're hitting for 400 per turn cycle when the boss has, like, 1600 health. So all we need to do is, like, have 80 points of life, and we just win the fight with that creature alone. So very, very strong. Next question. Okay. Could just be Ember again. Taking Capacity allows me to duplicate Demon Fiend and put some things behind it sometimes as well, which is good for certain setup turns. So I guess, like, the real question is now, like, am I duplicating the Demon Fiend twice? And if I end up duplicating the Demon Fiend twice, it makes, like, so much sense to take Capacity here. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Like, it's not 100% that we duplicate the Demon Fiend twice, because, like, we also have the multi-strike card to duplicate, and that's very strong. I think Torch is our worst card at this point. The things that Seraph summons inconveniently have 3 life. That's what we need to be thinking about at this point. So this is the big gamble fight where taking this could actually kill me. The Gilded Wings have 190 HP. The Shade Wings have 5, so I can't just easily kill them. And the multi-strike is kind of gross. I think I'm going to pass on this trial. I don't want to take a whole bunch of pyre damage and then be in a fragile position going into the last fight. And talk about nice artifacts. Improved Firebox coming in clutch and really salvaging what otherwise would have been a poor hand. So this is the awkwardness of this sweep creature in that, like, I very much want to play this on floor 1 to kill as many creatures as possible. But the Sentient takes, like, so much damage here. So thinking about this is probably a fight where I end up making my final stand on the last floor, and I hope to ascend some stuff up. Ooh, this is... okay, so this is interesting, right? So, to play this, I Bramble Lash. That murders that front unit and makes the rest of this floor actually not bad, because these units kill themselves. So I might actually be able to play the Shattered Shell here after all, and set up Demon Fiends on the other floors. Exactly enough energy. Nice. Alright. We get 1 kill this turn. and I don't think I'm getting to change that in any capacity. So this is happening. And then I'm going to ascend something on floor 2, I think. And it's just like the question of like, do I need this hard hitter here, or can I leave this here by itself and like somehow keep it alive? I have my multi-strike things that I'm going to be wanting to invest energy in future turn. I might need to leave this here and ascend this up. I can also just like leave it here for now, not ascend, and apply Ritual of Battle to one of my big units. And just ascend later, or maybe not at all. I can also just apply Rage here to make it more likely that I actually can kill some of these other units. I don't know. But doing this probably has to be worth it. Okay, to Blazing Bolts and One Horn's Tome this turn. Blazing Bolts probably happens on floor 1. Torch doing 2 damage, super awkward here. Good job, Torch. Good job, other Torch. I had 2 free torches, so I should have double torched the front unit, so I missed some damage on this and potentially missed a kill. Of my 53 life this turn, huh? Okay. I've obviously made my choice as far as like what unit is doing the killing in this fight, and it's like right here. Do I even restore you? I don't know that I even restore you at this point. I want to keep you alive so that you can kill this. Like in Restoration Detonation, need a little bit more life. One more regen gets me to where I want to be. Now that dies to it, which is good. We're just like trying to keep this from taking as much damage as possible. So this is easy and free. And now do I just like move you behind these as other tanks? That probably ends up doing considerably more damage. That ends up doing considerably more damage to the boss. It just like means that this unit takes a hit in the next turn cycle. So essentially all I want to do over the next 2 turns is just kill these 2. That's the goal. are no spikes. Okay. So this goes on the big guy. I can do a Vine Grasp on one of these, plus a Torch, and that gets a kill. And you're like definitely not living. So pop the regen down there. And just try to do 5 damage this turn. Or Ascend You. Ascending You also works. Like Ascending You dazes you. And then you get fed to these big old demons. Pew, 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 pew. Alright, we're very strong. More control over unit placement? Question mark. Seems fine. Like, elevator goes up, elevator goes down is worse than, like, unilateral directional control, I think, as far as setup goes, but I think I'm gonna take this. Right. I do not need to upgrade units. My units are full. We will be going right. And the question is just like, how do we spend gold? Double stack on that is like comically good. Alright. Let's look at these. Rage does not decay is also very good. Devouring my spells is not that big of a deal. I have so many bad spells in my deck, even if I remove multiple torches, I think I'm good with that. Alright, so we double stack the multi-strike card. And now, what was the awesome relic? Rage doesn't decay. There is a question of whether or not I should just reroll the shop and try to remove Consume on the the upgraded one horn totem. That would mean I don't get to get an artifact, though. It cost me about a 160 to roll plus get a good upgrade. Versus I can just take the collection of tails and upgrade. Rage not decaying is good, but like I have so much rage that I'm adding onto my units that like maybe it doesn't matter if they decay. Hidden Passage with Holdover also gets like really interesting. Don't want to do that. Do this. Holdover. Just talked about it. Just talked about Holdover Hidden Passage. So good. Holdover Blazing Bolts is also really interesting. Just like 120 damage every turn cycle. Holdover Hidden Passage is like definitely worse when the cost is being randomized. But I think if we do that, totally reasonable. And I'm not sure that I actually want to add Consume to any of my cards. Actually, adding Consume to a Torch, if I still have a Torch, is fine, because like I would play this first anyway. Now we will just duplicate a Demon Fiend and call it a day. We use our ascends and restoring retreats to put them in favorable places. Alright, feels like we're in good shape. Alright, 6, 6, 5. Top floor is smaller. We have no Demon Fiends on turn 1. I can play 3... I can actually get 4 units on floor 1. I will do that. I think I go you, then you. In order of you two is a little bit weird. I think I want you first. And... oh no, what did I consume? Why didn't I play the torch first? Now I don't have the option of, like, literally putting every unit onto the same floor. Okay. Now one floor gets each of these. Okay, so things that are happening. Number one of these is getting double strike. Probably this one, because I'm hoping to ascend it behind the other one. And that was a card that had consume anyway, so like we're good with playing that first. Now we play this. Ends up being the same amount of damage to do this versus not do this. Like, very awkward unit placement that I can't do much about. And now we start building up this unit to ascend it. Alright, well, there it is. So this has consume. So play that first. And this little unit spawning in front and keeping me from doing like sweet amounts of damage to the back units is a little annoying. This floor is also getting a little close to death. But I don't know that I want to play 3 energy when, like, instead I can do this, this, and this. Just end up in such a better placement for the future. I can take the chip health restore here. So don't play Hidden Passage first. Play something else. Probably my restores that are my worst cards. Let's do one of these and figure out the rest of the turn. I just want to stop these from hitting. I don't like super care about this monofloor anymore. Like, the goal is, like, just keep playing Hidden Passage every turn until I redraw the other Demon Fiend, and then ascend the Demon Fiend to the top floor and win the fights. So, a Vine Grasp here saves life on this. I'm probably going to send... one of these things just to the pyre and let the pyre kill it. That's days 3. So I can save pyre life, send this up, daze it, and then get a couple good hits in on the boss as well. Alright, beautiful. Do I need Hidden Passage after this turn? No. But it's not bad. Bramble Lash, however, is now a dead card. I just have no spikes left in the deck, so let's consume this. Go 4-2-U. Plus send this up. Now, the question of, like, do I want to heal you? Versus, do I want 12 more rage on this monster? It feels like hitting for 400 per cycle is already probably good enough, as long as I'm protecting it. So let's go ahead and do that. I haven't been keeping tabs on my bottom here, in fact. What is that? That 19. Okay. That's an inconvenient number. How much longer do I need Blazing Bolts for? The deck's getting pretty small, so like drawing Blazing Bolts is pretty nice. So, amount of energy that I have is quite awkward. Consume this. Send you up 40, 80, 120. I still get a kill on you doing this. And then I'll apply rage here. Maybe I should have taken a Vengeful Shard while I cost 1. So I should plan out my energy for this turn. Restoration Detonation is a 50 damage spell that is probably better served up here. So I get to do... So this is dying to this heap. And that's what I'm doing. I'm getting exactly 1 attack off of this floor. That's okay. I think I can do enough damage up here. I just need to protect my units and get more rage. So Hidden Passage is fine next turn. It lets me ascend. Actually, is it good this turn? What if I played on this? So 65 first hits of this, 2 hits of this. I can hit you for 65 and then let the pyre finish you off. And then not have Hidden Passage the following turn. Or no, I kind of want Hidden Passage the following turn to separate this from Seraph. Yeah, so this is fine. And I can lose Restoration Detonation here. Get some life on you. Ascend you up. And go Rage. Rage. Oh, and now that I added the extra Rage, I actually do get to kill you in this turn. Okay. So this is the last turn that I want Ascend. hidden passage, so I play it first here. Send you up. And now this is free to get rid of. Getting rid of that matters, potentially, so I don't redraw it next turn. And we see if I'm good. I'm good! Now, we just sit back and watch it play out. I love Volatile Gauge runs. They're my favorite. Volatile Gauge is probably the best artifact in this game, especially if you get it early and can like draft your entire strategy around it. We didn't necessarily like break it as hard as it's possible to break it. Like we didn't have a bunch of Shadow Sieges or anything. We didn't have Consumer of Crowns, but we did a pretty good job of cheating energy costs with this deck. Really surprises me that I haven't won with Blazing Bolts before. Alright. Getting there. Slow progress. Now I have 2 Covenant 25 wins. I'll be back tomorrow and see if we can get yet another.